Hey guys, it's Anna from Brightling Gardens, and I've surrounded myself with ground covers to talk to you today about native ground cover options for northern Michigan. One of the top reasons I think native ground cover is a great option for your landscaping is cost savings. When you're looking at ground cover, you're generally looking to cover a large plot of land, which means a lot of plants. So you need something that does really well in your region and something that's going to spread easily. All of the choices that I've selected today are native to our region here in northern Michigan, and they spread very easily. Some of them are full sun, some of them are full shade, and some of them are a little bit of both. We'll go through the features of each of our ground cover options so you can decide which one is best for your yard. On my list of native ground covers is one of my absolute favorite plants, and that is ferns. I think ferns are super underrated when it comes to landscaping plants, when in fact they're a really great addition to many areas of your yard. Ferns thrive in full shade, which is rare for some of these other plants. While they don't bloom, they do add a lot of really cool color and texture. We use ferns in our landscaping generally in the full shade areas of our yard, such as under the canopy of trees or in the shadow of our house. Ferns can spread really easily up here in northern Michigan. They spread through rhizomes under the ground, and it doesn't take many plants to fill out a pretty large space. If you're looking for a low cost alternative to some of these other ground cover options, ferns might be a great choice for you. I have two different ferns around me right now. This is a lady fern to my right, and on my left here is an ostrich fern. Both of these are native varieties to northern Michigan, but there are dozens more to choose from. If you're looking for a fern to add to your landscaping, read up on our website on some of the different varieties that are native to your region and choose from there. If you're looking for a really unique ground cover option to add to your landscaping and something that does really well in full shade, definitely consider ferns for your list. Next on my list of my favorite ground cover plants is creeping phlox. Phlox is one of my favorite ground covers to use. It is native here in northern Michigan, and I love the effect that it has when it's in full bloom. It really just creates that blanket of blooms. Creeping phlox does prefer to be in full sun. It can survive in partial shade, but you just won't get as many blooms out of it, which sometimes that effect looks cool too. I love phlox because it stays relatively low to the ground and it can grow relatively quickly compared to other ground covers. If you're planting a section that's about 4x4, I would recommend using 8 to 10 1-gallon pots and letting it grow out over the course of 2 to 3 seasons. Phlox has relatively low water requirements once it's established, so it's a great option for rock gardens and water conservation as well. Bearberry is another top option if you're looking for a really hardy ground cover that can survive the harsh winters that we have here in the Midwest and in Michigan. Bearberry has awesome blooms. You can kind of see some of those little pink blooms show up there. It does bloom in the spring, and a really big bonus is in the fall it will get these really cute little berries on it, which of course attracts a lot of birds to your area. Bearberry grows relatively low to the ground, only reaching about 6 to 8 inches in height, but it will spread out like a blanket, covering the region that you want to cover. It can handle partial shade, but blooms best in full sun. Bearberry is also a long-lived perennial, meaning if you want coverage that's going to last for years to come, Bearberry is a really great option for your yard. Last on my list of native ground covers is coral bells. Coral bells is a great option if you're looking to plant ground cover in a shadier area of your yard. Consider this a really great alternative to hostas. Hostas are really commonly eaten by deer up here. Coral bells are deer resistant. They do grow in a similar fashion in the sense that the foliage will stay nice and low to the ground, while blooms will shoot up in between the leaves in different colors. I know there's red and pink, and I think there's a couple varieties of white as well. I do have some different color variations here. Please know that the purple variations, anything that's colored like that, is often a cultivar, which typically means that humans took the native plant and basically bred out certain qualities from there. So while it is not exactly a straight native, it is still derived by natives and it is still beneficial to our local regions. Coral bells can grow relatively quickly, filling out an area in just 2 to 3 seasons. This is a low cost alternative to some of the other options that I showed you today if you're looking to cover a large area in a shadier section of your yard. And those are my top 4 options for ground cover here in northern Michigan. Again, all 4 of these options are native to our region up here. They grow really well in our climate, they love our soil, and they're a no-brainer when it comes to covering a large section of your landscaping. If you have any questions about any of the plants that I talked about today, feel free to leave it down in the comments section or private message us on one of our social media accounts. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we hope you check it out next time.